Welcome to FXcast. This is our market analysis for Monday, June 20th, 2011. In each of our videos, we try to come with high probability trading setups. We'll look at the gold chart. We'll come up with a low volatility watch list, an inside bar watch list. We'll review the economic calendar. And as always, please send your questions to analysis@fxcast.com or post to our daily forum. With that, let's pull up the charts. As usual, we're going to start off with the gold chart, and as we look at the daily, you can see the range that we've been watching as far as the daily price action. We're below 1550, above 1512-ish, and we seem to be cycling right through that. We've also put in a lower high from our past swing high, and when we zoom out longer time frame, you can see that there's plenty of room to come right on down to the uptrend line. And we haven't seen the 20 moving average in a long time. So again, what we should be doing is trading the extremes: short resistance, buy support, and watch for a breakout of that range. And you can see in the middle of our range here, we've got that volume vacuum, which means that price moved up quickly. So if it comes back down, it should come down quickly through this because there's not a volume support or resistance to stop it until we come down to the point of control. The point of control is the price level which has the most volume, and that is 1525.91. So basically 1526. RSI is also oversold, so that's kind of holding up with we're close to the downtrend line. Coming back down to our support level. Now we'll see the same thing in the Aussie dollar. Again, on the daily, we can see our support and our consolidation price levels. We can see where those buyers are coming in finding value, and we can see where the sellers are finding value, pushing the price back down. So once again, we're going to watch this and see which way price wants to move. The 50 and the 20 moving average may be acting as resistance right now. And as we come up to the hourly, we can see our RSI heading down with the new session here. And you can see the consolidation, our big volume here, our vacuum of price here. So this one, another one to sit on hands unless you want to do the buy and short of extremes, or you can wait for confirmation as we break out of this consolidation one way or the other. Now we thought we had on the pound dollar, we thought we had a breakout, but notice once we broke our uptrend line, it came down to where buyers found value early in May, and they found value once again. So we're going to watch this to see if we can get a close outside of this. More importantly, if we can get a close below 1.609 to come down and test the 200 moving average. And again, you can see the congestion on the hourly with our market profile. RSI is in the middle of nowhere, and you can just see that we've just really been cycling here for a couple of days. Sit on hands. Finally, we have the euro dollar. Here, you can see a little vacuum here, and that's why we have our big bars up. So it's possible for us to come back down quickly, and that matches up RSI heading down, resistance of the 20 and the 50 moving average. We put in a lower high, and yet we can still see on the daily, we can see this area here, and we can see with the wicks here where buyers are finding value in this area here too. So it's going to be interesting to see which way this wants to go and which way it's going to finally if you look at this, you have an M pattern, a weird with going up, down, up. Now we're coming back down possibly. So that's bearish. Descending wedge pattern, bearish. But we've got a lot of range here with this consolidation that it still needs to play out and let us know which direction it wants to go. We've been watching the euro yen for a couple days here. And this is the wedge, the triangle that we finally broke out of late last week. But we were also smart enough to recognize that the buyers keep finding value here. They found value at 113.80. They found value at 113.80. They found value at 113.60. So, we're not ready to go all out bearish on this one really until we start to close below 113.60-ish, which will get us below the 200 moving average. Right now, as we watch our RSI and on our hourly, look at this volume congestion. I mean, even if it does get down here to oversold, it's going to take a catalyst to get us up and out of all of this. So it's going to be interesting, but you do have to at least watch the fact that when it gets down here to oversold, that would be a bounce off the 200 moving average. 2 days in a row, buyers found value and they brought it up as we presented. So there certainly is a potential long here, a little bit more aggressive, and you can even go with a tight stop below these wicks, because if it's going below 1340 is 1330, then it's going down. So that's the way to trade it. Trade the bounce once we get oversold, or wait for it to break lower. Along with the euro yen, we've been watching the pound yen, and we have two things going on here. We have our descending wedge, which is bearish and should break to the bottom side, but we've been waiting for it to close below our support of 130.25, and then once it finally did that, we can see that for a couple of days buyers found value. But now with Friday's price action, it actually closed below our support level, and with our new trading session potentially moving lower, I mean, there's two ways to look at this. Let this RSI come up to our resistance. Our resistance is the point of control. Let RSI bring us up, and then once we get overbought, try to short that to a move lower, because you can also see that we have a downtrend channel here also, which maybe will bring us down here to 127.25. In addition to the pound yen, we're looking at the pound franc. And this is one that initially we traded the break up to the 20 moving average. Great. Now that it's back in this consolidation range, we're kind of playing the RSI, buying the support, shorting the resistance until it breaks out once again. Okay, our old buddy, the dollar Canadian, been watching this uptrend line, this ascending wedge. But look at all these wicks. That's one thing that's concerning about this. Even as we start to break above this resistance of 98.15, notice that we haven't closed above it. So closing above it to me would mean something, because obviously the sellers keep pushing this back down below 98.15. So if we can get a close above this, that would mean something. And look at this congestion right here. So if we can get above now, we said 98.15. Well, we want to close above that, but if we can get price action above 98.65, we can get above this congestion and potentially make another run up to the 200 moving average. But you have to protect your profits, because you can see sellers are looking for any reason to push this right back down below 98.15. Now the other one is the dollar franc, and this looks just like the pound franc, and that is we're seeing that the pound yen came back down into this level. The dollar franc seems to be using this as support. So now we sort of have a modified rising 3, rising 4 pattern. So let's pull up our market profile here. And we can kind of see if we can get above 85.20, if we can get above all of this congestion, we can possibly start to look at making a move now to the 50 moving average. We made a move to the 20. We're holding up as support, possibly putting in, well, keep in mind two things. Well, first of all, it's still a lower high. So we're still in a downtrend. But if we are going to make this move, then we need to hold this support of 84.50 and then try to make a move to the 50 moving average. Right now, as the new session starts off for this week, we're watching the dollar Canadian and the euro yen for our low volatility watch list. Remember, you see that the price action on the hourly time frame is starting to consolidate. So you start to put Bollinger Bands onto your chart on the hourly for these two pairs, mark the high and the low, and wait for price to break out. Right now, we do not have anything for our inside bar watch list. Let's look at the economic calendar and see what could affect our open trades. As we look at our calendar, we see we don't have a lot for Monday. We have all industry index for Japan, which is where they look at the monthly production of all the sectors in the Japanese economy, um, PPI, which is inflation data for Germany, and then the minutes from the last RBA meeting for the Aussie. So they just started releasing the minutes. But again, what people are looking for are language change, word change, and that may move the Aussie market one way or the other. As always, we appreciate your feedback, your comments about what you like and don't like. We want to make sure this video series is and market analysis exactly what you're looking for. So send your questions and comment to analysis@fxcast.com, or you can post to our daily forum. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.